Hi, I'm LaDonna Vohar, and I am an artist. And I want to show you how I paint these lovely, fun, flowery cards. Of course, it doesn't have to be a card. You could just paint it and put it on the wall, or stick it on the refrigerator. Whatever you want to do with it. Give it to your mom. Then maybe you can paint along with me. The card paper that I like to use is made by Strathmore, and I order this online to get a lot of 100 cards. I'm gonna be doing a lot of painting, but you can buy them at the local art stores. I think there's like, I don't know, 5 or 10 in a pack. Anyway, it's a good watercolor paper. It's made for watercolors. Okay, well, the first thing that I like to do is I'm going to draw just some really quick lines so I know where I want to put my stems, and I don't even sometimes always follow these exactly. And I think it's fun to go around to the back with some flowers there too. So I'm going to get my watercolors here and my lovely palette. The first thing I'm going to do is put some paint on my brush, and what's going to make the flower is the way that I push down the brush as I put it on my paper. Oh, phooey. Wow. What the heck did that come from? So the magic of these little flowers is the way that I'm going to push down my brush. So to make these petals, I just do that. And it makes these pretty little petals. So I'm going to go around more water. I think maybe this one will just have a, one little petal there like it's a little baby flower. Oops. And they're not all perfect. Of course, I don't want mine perfect. So now that I've got these where my little lines were drawn where I want the stems, now I feel like I want to put some purple in the middle. And this is one of the fun things about watercolor, that see how it runs into the other wet paint? It's wet enough. There we go. Isn't that fun? So now I'm going to paint my stems. Sometimes this is hard to do because it's easy to make them too fat and they don't look right. But with a little practice, just take the very tip of your brush and quickly go down. If you start trying to do it real slow, it's kind of hard to get it, I think. So barely press down. They don't have to be straight. And to make the leaves, I do the same thing, like I did with my petals, except I'm gonna turn them down like leaves would be. Maybe. There's not a right and wrong leaf. In fact, you don't even have to make them green. Make your leaves any color you want. And sometimes it's fun. Let's see, I'm going to use a little bit of yellow just to give them a little interest, more than just being solid green. I changed my mind. I think I'm going to put a little, ooh, not that. There. This is a little brown. A little brown. Except now my leaves are drying. There we go. And now, one of the fun things that I like, this is my favorite thing, you have to get other stuff out of your way that you don't want paint on. And there's a skill to spatter. You hold your finger out and very, very, very lightly, you let your brush, see how I have it held way back here on the back. It makes these really nice little sprinkles. And I usually put a little bit of sprinkles of the colors that I have on the painting. See where the pink is going in where the green was? I think that's so cool. What do you think? I'm gonna do a little something else. There. Okay, there it is. One of the fun things about doing this, because I love color, and you can use any color you want. You can make your flowers black, orange, any color. But I'm going to make blue. Some really pretty blue. Actually, it's kind of a turquoise, I think. So here we go. Bloop, 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 bloop. That's fun. They don't have to be all the same. Uh-oh. Try not to make them ugly, though. I love this color. This is a really pretty color. Oh, got that pink out. Oh, the pink is so pretty with this blue. I'm doing it. If you do it this way, you're gonna get great big blobs of water. Now when I put the stems on there, I'm gonna paint them in where that water is, and you can watch that. Watch how the water makes the stems. That one's really squiggly. See, the idea, just have fun. Need some leaves on here. It needs a blue flower down low. Need some color down here. And there are so many different ways that you can play around in this. Also, you can use different size brushes. You know, great big petals. You can use a big round brush, or for that matter, you can use a square brush and make some interesting flowers too. And they don't all have to be the same color on there either. What I want to do now is another little variation of the way I'm going to put my brush on there. Ooh, what color? How about orange? I was never a big fan of orange up until a year or two ago, and it's like I discovered orange is a really wonderful color. So instead of turning my brush like I did a while ago with the point in, I'm going to try to do it with the point out. Shape more like, oh man. Look at this big glob of paint I have on here because I have wet paint here that I just put out of the tube. And I'm used to my paints being hard, because that's one of the wonderful things about watercolor. You put them on your palette and they dry and they're hard and will be good forever. I don't, unless they get moldy. But I guess the paint still works, it's just stinky. This is not a very pretty orange. Looks like little stars. Oh, maybe I can just do both ways. I was gonna do different colors, so well, too late. I can do that on the next one. Ha. Now, I need another color. I think yellow. I'm gonna splatter some on here, so it'll make that orange move, I think. So now I'm just putting this water on here. This is ugly. This really is ugly. See, pretty flowers don't always come out all the time. And I've done hundreds of these little cards. Oh, all right. I think it'll look better after I put my stems in there. I know what it means. Whoa. Got it. So this one's really watercolory. Maybe it's not so ugly after all. What I'm going to do is put a dark center in there, kind of give it almost a poppy kind of look. See what happens. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Look how that watercolor moves. So much fun. What do you think? I think it needs some orange sprinkles. Sprinkles? Spatters? Sprinkles. I don't want these real dark, so I'm making these orange spatters real watery. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to stop spattering, and it's like, whoa, then I get too many on there. So there it is. There's another way I like to do this. It's a lot of fun. And this I learned the hard way of doing these little spatters. And when they're still wet, and you pick up your next piece of paper to paint a flower on, and you sit it down on your spatters, and it makes the inside spattery. Okay, now I'm gonna do something really fun. I know you're really gonna wanna do this. What color should we do? Purple. I haven't made a purple one. And what am I want? This one is my favorite. It's my favorite brush. And here, I'm gonna get these flowers on there. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? And actually I have quite a lot of water on here, because I want these really wet. What I want to do is spatter this, or blow this paint. Well, wait, you'll see what happens. Isn't that fun? Wow. That straw art is really fun anyway. You could do this, just get some paint on there, which it's just fun to do, and blow the paint and watch it move around, and it's really fun. Yellow, I think we need a yellow one. Oh, let's do one of these blue ones. Wow, that was pretty. Okay, here's time for stems. I'll put some leaves on here. Ooh, see, it's fun to dress up those plain colors with watercolor, because they just mingle around together and do some fun stuff. Okay, let's see, what does it need? I don't have any spatters on here. Oh, I wasn't going to, but I can't help it. I gotta have spatters. I want purple ones for sure. The spatters is what make these cards feel like a party to me. It makes them fun. Of course, these flowers, they're exploding like fireworks. There we go. Oh, look at that. That works. I'm gonna do that on this one. And if you really feel like getting crazy, get your straw. Got two colors going there. Okay. I don't like this one. It needs a darker center. Ta-da!